Hello and welcome to Kit 226, the beautiful pop-up card using designs by Liuba. She's a beautiful lady. She's Moldovan, but she now lives in France. And I'll show you the books in a moment that I've taken the images from. I've used this beautiful notched circles frame from John Next Door. It's simple but classy and it works so well with this design. In your card, you've got your pop-up flowers, and I've already put the video up on how to make those. So if you, when you start making your kit, double check that because I'm not going to go through the whole of it on this video. I've also stamped a sentiment, which is different from mine. You've also got your lovely stickers that match your design. So the first that I put in is, and on this day that's all your own, it's nice to tell you too how wonderful it is to have someone as special as you. There's some lovely verses on here. There's some of them are birthdays, some of them aren't, but I just chose a simple one which I thought went with it. So this is the kit I'm going to be doing. In your kit, you will get your cover sheet. You will also get 2 sheets of template. The one which you see used in the video 1, which shows you how to fold and put the flowers together. And then for this, let me just move that. For this video, this is a different one. This one is actually how you put the mechanism together inside. So this one is very, very essential. Pop that to a side. Now, these are the books that I've taken the designs from, and it's called from Crafts by Liuba. They're all available on Amazon, and I've got Crafting Magic in Winter Days, Twinkle Flowers, Cotton Flowers, and Winter Flowers. I've chosen different designs from them, but they're not all from the same book. But what I wanted to just do on this is show you how easy it is to cut a flower out. I'm just going to take this. This is out of, I'm not sure which book it is now. I meant to leave it in the book to tell you. But there's some beautiful flowers in it. And all her design sheets have also got a beautiful design on the back. So whenever you cut a design out, I've got one here which is a lady from another one. If you had that so that it was showing, on the reverse it is not white, which I think is really well thought out. So I'll just show you quickly how to cut this. And as I said, the closer you are to the edges, the better you'll find that your flowers go together. So again, just work around them. And they're fairly simple to cut out. If by any chance you have any little bits, sprigs that stick out in between, ignore them. Just actually cut the main petal. That is the most important part. Again, just working. Quite a few of these flowers I'll be using at other times to make decoupage flowers. I found that some of them will layer up beautifully. So, you know, we will be using quite a few from these books on different designs for kits. And just thought it's something different to what we've been doing in the past. Oops. And just give us a little bit more of a challenge on some of them. But none of them are going to be very difficult. All they do is it's going to be just a case of patience and working slowly through each section. And also, I had mentioned to me, one of the ladies, she says, oh, I don't like fairies. If you don't like fairies, there are quite a few designs in the books that are not fairies. as you can see on that one that I took out, that one isn't a fairy. And I know that some of you don't like fairies, but just let me know if ever we're doing another one using the books that you don't want to have a fairy design. Quite easy for me to choose one of the non-fairy ones for you. But that, as I say, is how easy it is to cut your flower. And when you're folding them to put them together, as you will see on the template sheet, you're always working between the petals. As you can see there, it's between the petals. And you just fold them all the way around, working in between the petals. I go into more depth with this on the video 1. So I said, please take time and watch that. And you can sort of stop and start that while you're actually putting your flowers together. So there, and you can tell whether you've missed one. And the idea is we're going to take one of the petals out. So I'm going to take that petal out. And all I do is just cut straight down the fold line to the centre on either side. But keep these petals, because I found that you can use these and you can decoupage these. So keep them. Put that to a side. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through your kit. Whoops, come out. So in your kit, you will get your topper design. And you will get a piece of the grey card, because when you've cut round the lines, this needs to be stuck centrally onto the grey card, but we'll come to that as we work through. This is the 2 inside sheets that go inside your card with your lovely verse on the top left. So I've matched blue for this to match with my flowers and my design. So that is what we're going to pop together onto the front of our card. But we'll leave that for the moment and pop those to a side. What I'm going to do first, before I do anything else, I'm going to just stick these 2 inserts into the card, then they'll be thoroughly dry when we want to start and put things together. I'm just using ordinary glue. If you want to use tape, use tape. It's whatever you are comfortable using. I'm just going to, whoops. It doesn't want to come out. It's cold in here today. And I think it's just thickened up a little bit as my glue. But probably using it with my warm hands will maybe soften it up a bit. So the plain one just goes evenly with a nice even border. As you can see, a nice even border all the way around. Oops. And again, just wants a bit running on all the edges. I usually just wipe off any globs just on the card. I'm hoping this video looks okay, because I've got a new setup as we don't have any overhead lighting. So I'm hoping it's a lot better. So I'm going to leave that to a side. And I'm now going to pop my flowers together. Make sure that I've got them all. Make sure that they're all there. Whoa, come back. Lost that. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's only 7 that you need, but keep the others that you have on your sheet because you'll be able to use them on a different one. And as I said before about the petals that you cut out, you can shape them and stick them in the middle and decoupage it, which makes a lovely design for the front of a card. So I'm going to pop those to a side. Whoops, we don't need those. And I am now going to start and pop my flowers together. So what we need to do is just put glue on the underside, make sure that it's only on that petal and it doesn't go over the fold line. And then just line your petals up. This I've gone through, whoops, in the first video, but as I say, I haven't gone through the cutting out or anything, but I won't take this as slow as I have done in the first video. Whoops, doesn't want to. Just make sure that they're all oh, I don't know whether you heard that cat squeak then. He's just coming if he's wanting biscuits, but he can wait. And I hope you don't hear water dripping. Yesterday it was terrible in here for drips. It doesn't seem so bad today, but there is the occasional drip. I just hope that we can get a long dry spell and they can get up on the roof and repair it, and then they can rewire all the lights. Because until they do, I've no overhead lighting. So I'm managing with a couple of lamps and this new setup for doing videos. We tried it for some work for my daughter on Monday and it worked really well. So I'm hoping that he's working as well for this video. Oops, missed a bit there. And these can be drying while I just go through the next step. I just thought it would be good if I actually just redid these, the flowers, on the start of this video. It just then links in to what I did on the first video. So what I need to do now is, starting with the first one, you need to fold it down and just go through all the folds again. Just make sure that they're all well folded and creased. Just pop them all to a side. Again, it's just make sure that all the folds are well creased, as it'll make all the difference when you come to actually put them together for them to pop up. So it doesn't take long, but just doing this now, it just gives all the wet glue chance to dry before we go on to the next little bit. So again, you won't be able to match all petals up evenly because they were all hand drawn, and because they're all hand drawn, they'll all have a slightly different shape, but that is intentional. So this is the last but two. And oops, that's got it. Pop all these. This is the last one of them. You'll all have some lovely stickers in your kits. Though I've tried to pick them all to match your design or wherever possible. These I get from Temu, and as I say, Temu is brilliant for anything like this. I'll just pop them to a side. What we're going to do next is we are going to work on, just move that to a side and my card. We are going to work on this. Now you'll have two pieces of white card. You'll have one that is A, and one that is B. We want to start on the A one first. The measurements are the same for both. If I just fold this down, and then I have that actually on my scoreboard. The measurements are all in centimetres. So this is A. So on A, we want to do 2 centimetres. So it's 1, 2, score. Turn your card round, and then you do a 1 centimetre, then a 3 centimetres, and a 5 centimetres. So you've got a 1 centimetre, a 2 centimetre gap, and a 2 centimetre gap. But if you've got the hoogie board, it is 1, 3, and 5. What you need to do then is, I've got a marker line. You want to start with the crease line on the 1 centimetre, rotate it so that you're lined up with the middle. I don't know how to explain it, but it's the second end of the second one, so it's the last score line on this end, and score well. Then turn it round, and we do exactly the same for the other side. And score. So we then fold and fold the second. Do not fold this line. So when you're looking at your paper, it's you fold and burnish that line, fold and burnish that line. Do not fold that line. We're now going to fold these 2 lines. Then want to do that and burnish that well, and burnish that well, and we fold this one. They're all folded the same way, but when you have it like that, just pop your fingers at that side and push in and flatten and burnish well. So this is all part of your pop-up mechanism. Pop that to a side, and we're now going to go on to B. Take that off. B, we measure exactly the same as we did on A. So the first one is 2 centimetres, turn round, and then it is 1 centimetre, miss 2 and go on to 3, miss 2 and go on to 5, score again at the diagonal, and score again on the diagonal. Now this is where it changes. We cut off this bottom line. We cut straight through this diagonal line. I haven't cut that quite straight. Better. And cut off that. So we're left with a piece like that. Get rid of those little bits. And what we do on here, because we need support on this, we turn this onto its back and we position this on, because we're to make sure that when we fold this line isn't catching, but it wants to be folded just evenly into the back of the A section. So I'll go slowly. So I'm popping glue on. All the way around, and it wants to be, so I want to make sure that that bends up evenly and that these fold in evenly. So if I just write on here, so A, you fold all. B, you cut this section, cut middle. So that would be B, which would work round like that. So I'll leave that there. So that is your mechanism for your pop-up. When you want to leave this to dry thoroughly, so I'm just going to pop that to a side with the flowers that are drying, and we're going to go now just onto the front of the card. So first of all, we want the larger square of your coloured card, and this is your first mat. And just pop this on, and it just wants to be evenly all round, so you've got an even border all the way round like that. Oops, nearly knocked that off. So now I'm going to just cut out this lady. She's lovely as this. I'm just going to cut straight down all the way around, just leaving I'm just leaving a little bit of grey. And just that tiny wee bit there. I'll get rid of these out of the way. So this now, I need to put her design right centrally into the grey. Be very careful. I'm going to use my thinner tip glue for this because it doesn't need a lot of glue on at all. It's a thinner paper, so you don't need to be putting a lot of glue on. So just move that up there. So it only really wants a thin line all the way around the edge. And just doing it all the way around the edge. And now I'm going to position this evenly in the centre of the grey. Put that to a side. She needs to go evenly, but don't stick it down yet. So we just need to position her roughly, and you can see, because when we're going to pop, oops, that's moved a bit. When we're going to put this on, we want this to be equal. So I think she just wants to be a little bit to that side. And I think that that is about right. It doesn't matter if there's a tiny little bit of grey showing, because the grey is part of the design. I'll just pop my lid back onto my thin one. And when I say I'm putting plenty on this, it's enough that it just gives me a little bit of manoeuvrability while I'm positioning it in the exact place that it wants to be on the card. But I don't mean flood it. Make sure my card's got the fold on the left, and just drop it roughly down, and when you're sort of positioning, they're just fractionally, very, very slightly, and I think that's about right. So leave that a moment to dry. Now you can glue, I'm going to glue this, but you can use spray glue. But I'm going to, actually I think I'll use my fine nozzle one so it doesn't get all too big around it, too big a bit round it. So, oops, I hold it right so you can see, just run around the edge, run again on the inner side in the middle line, so the middle of the frame, going to just run round. And then before I move to the other side, if there's any areas that you want to just put a dab, doesn't need much, it does hold pretty well. I try and hold it this way. Again, just doing some dabs around the holes. And just the last bit down. And then it's a case of we're just going to mat this onto the blue background as close as we can. Then that is left to dry. Keep taking my tops off and putting them back on. So we're going to leave that to dry. We're now going to pop this section into the centre, the mechanism into the centre. So we want the cart open flat, and want to position roughly to the centre. And what you want to do is run this line up to the centre fold, but make sure that when you fold it, it doesn't move. Hold it carefully. So I've got that now, so that folds evenly. Just fold that back on itself. So that's folded back on itself. Oh, move that. Make sure it hasn't moved away from there. Just hold that for a moment. It's the trouble with wet glue, it moves a bit. So, but it doesn't want to go past that middle fold line. I'm just going to hold that for a moment. You'll always see whether you're right. If you can see, you want to clear the bottom line of your sentiments by about 1/2 centimetre, and that then it's equally aligned. So what we want to do then is we want to make sure that when it folds over, that folds okay. This flap here, this 1 centimetre one, wants to be out. It's hard to explain. If I hold it up, don't fold this under, it wants to stay flat. So I just put glue onto that flat, nowhere else. And I'm just going to smear that on a little bit to make sure it's well covered. Then don't take that across to you. Don't move that across. Hold this flat and bring that side of your card over and hold it well. If you have anything heavy that'll sit on it, I had something, I'll stand that on it for now, because what we're going to do is we are going to put the flowers together. So you've got your 7 flowers, and I'll just get my fine tip glue for this. So we're taking the first one, and what we need to do is we want to put, and whatever glue we use, it wants to be up on the tip here. Don't let it come down. So you can see it just wants to be up onto the tip. So we take another flower, we line it from the centre point there and follow the fold line and nip. Take another petal, do exactly the same with the other side, line from the centre and just follow the fold line up and nip. Oops. Now just bear with me. Do you know, honestly, I apologise. I have just forgotten which goes next. Yeah, that's it, yes. So then what we need to do is pop glue at the tip of all 3 at the top. 1, 2, 3. So if you can see there, 1, 2, 3. And take another petal, another flower, and line the petals up. Hold that down, just give it a chance to take. And then we're going to work on these 2 outside petals. Oops. Again, only on the tips. And we're now going to line up these 2. So we've lined those 2 up this time. And as I say, if you look on your template, you will be able to see on your template where they go. That's that. And then I'm going to take another flower and line the petals up. Get my hand in the way. Just hold that down. And then the final flower goes back to the top 3. 1 on the left, the middle, and the 1 on the right. And again, line up in the middle. Hold your flowers. And now we need to leave that with something heavy on, which I should have brought over. I don't that might. If I move that over to that side, hold that there. So this now should open. The idea is we just do it, and what I'm going to do is if it just pulls slightly away at this side, don't worry. Just make sure that it opens freely, like that. So while the flowers are drying, just get my foam tape. You only need to put foam tape along just on this edge. The card in the way, isn't it? So we're just putting foam tape along that edge. It's just so that it doesn't show either on the inside or at the corners. I'm just going to do this like this. And we'll just put this to a side when we've got the foam tape. This does not go on until the very last, but just by putting our foam tape on now, it's just leaving our flowers chance to dry. And so what you need to do when you get the flowers, you take your middle petal there, your middle petal on the opposite side, and very gently open them out. Oops, that one hasn't quite dried. So I'll just leave this for a minute or two more. It hasn't quite dried. I should have maybe done those earlier on. But what you can do, we can maybe start and put some of the stickers on. Now I am going to put, let me see. Right, I think I am going to put, if you carefully cut round them, they come off fairly easy. I'm saying that when where is it? Can't get it off at that side. Where is it? Just trying to, it's difficult to see. Better, I think, if I use my pokey tool. So you can see what I mean. It's just a case of, once you get started, just gently ease it off. And what I'm going to do is, on here, I am just going to pop that one just coming out from under there. I think I'm going to have one right on there. Where's the other one? Going to have, I think this spray, or should I have that one? This one. Once you get it picked, started, it comes off easily. So that one I'm going to just pop on there. So you can see on here, I've done them like that. Because that needs to fold, what we need to do is turn the card up and just run your score tool just to make sure that it's folded. I think I had another one. Where is that? I'd say there's quite I've given you a few to choose from. I think I'll have this one. And this one. This one I'm just going to ease right under there. We'll pop the rest on afterwards. So I just want to see how this is doing now because, oops, yes. What we need to do is, like, sometimes they may be slipped like that one has. So what we need to do is just trim this back. Any that look to have gone over, we just want to trim those down. Like that. They won't all match up, so don't think that you've done anything wrong if they don't match up. So that one hasn't matched up really well, but it's only because they're all drawn by hand. That's another one that's actually come unstuck. That one just needs a little bit off there. That bit. And this bit here. Could be because I've just rushed a bit and let the glue dry sufficiently. I think that's got them all marked, so let me just press that down. Now this is where we need to be careful. What we need to do is we need to place, we've got this line here, you can see this fold line from your mechanism. You want to position your petals about an 1/8 of an inch, maybe. If you can see, I'm trying to hold that up, about that distance from your fold. And what we do here is we put a listen at me, a drop of glue at the top of the centre flower, then run a line straight down to the middle. So if I hold that up for you, you can see the glue is straight down the middle. Now, what I do is I use my my scoring tool to just hold it flat while I fold my card over, and keep your hands on it while the glue dries. It does take a moment or two, so don't rush it. Just give it a chance to dry. So that has taken that to there. So we do exactly the same now on this side. A dot of glue at the top centre, and then just a line of glue straight down the middle. And again, this time, take this side and hold this one over. Move that out of the way. And hopefully, if I open it, then you want to open this very, very carefully. Oops. So just make sure the rub down. This, I know I'm going to use a bit of glue glaze, because what you must do is make sure that you let these dry thoroughly before you go on to the next. I've not really given it that much time, so just let me just hold that a minute. So as you can see, it opens up lovely. That's it. That does not want to stick, doesn't that one? But it would stay stuck if I'd left it to dry long enough. If I just hold it a bit, I want to rub that down as well. Make sure that is thoroughly stuck down on both sides. So that needs to be thoroughly stuck down. Not going to move it any further just at the moment, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some more of my little stickers on, and I think I'm going to maybe pop, not that one, where's it gone to? This one. I'm going to pop with this. Pop this one up in that top corner, and I should have this twig, this leaf, this branch even, Oh dear, I'm calling them all weird names. Now then, I've gone over a bit there. It grabbed too quick. So all I need to do is take my craft knife, just run it down like that, and it should just lift this bit off. So that's, remember that bit. And just going to maybe pop what should we put this on? A small bit that goes under there, this one I think. I'm just going to put this small bit. As I say, it's entirely how you decorate your inside, but on this one I just want to pop a little bit that just comes out under there. And I'm going to just pop this going to cut this one in two, and you'll see why in a moment. What I'm going to do is I've just started to get that bit off. Come on. So this one I am going to run just down there like that, and then take the other half. Where is it? Some of these are easier to turn up, pick up than others, but as I say, they certainly lift okay with your pokey tool. And then this one, it's just, I'm just going to put it here, and it just frames the verse. Leave that there for you to write on. We'll close the card up carefully, and we're now going to pop our frame on. So I don't take all my frame off, as you know. I only ever take a bit off at either corner. And then that gives you a chance to position it correctly. And when I get that little bit back, and I'm just going to add some bits of glue just so they don't grab straight away. Now, there's no right and wrong way with this, but just make sure all your bits. So again, we know that it was centred right. And put them down. Whoops. Come back with that bit. That's it. And pull our tapes out. And pull that out. So that finishes the front off. You've got your card that opens. Once it's been opened a few times, they will open. That one does not like, for some unknown reason, is not liking to stick. And that one isn't either. Sorry about that. As I say, I should have made sure that these were thoroughly dry. Before I put them together. But if you do your video one first, your flowers will be dry when you get to this point. I should maybe have done mine, but I just wanted to go through them again just to make sure that you understood. So I'm going to leave that open because I don't want to pull on these because they redone them, but they should open like that, and it should fold easily there. If you wish, if in your kit you have got some more bits, you can, like I have in mine. Where have I put it? Let me see, where was my other bag? Here's my bits. Where have I put the other bits? Here. I had a little butterfly. So I could have put a little butterfly in there, which I think I might do. Just going to run a bit of glue into that fold there. And as I say, this is going to put that in like that, so that that'll open there. And I think I have another little butterfly here, which I can actually just put a few little dabs of glue there on the edge. Everybody on your kits, you all have something slightly different, so it's just that it happened that my sheet that had the flowers on had some little butterflies as well, so this is why I managed to cut them. And it also had a little robin, but I'm not going to use a little robin on it. But as I say, it's, oh, I don't know, I just think they're gorgeous, and the designs that this lady has done, I know we should most probably be using a lot more over the course of the year. Not everyone, but probably using some of the toppers for the cards, maybe some of the butterflies, I think, like as embellishments, and some of the lovely stickers as well. And I just hope that you enjoy using them. I'm just going to pop these away so I don't lose them, because they need to go back into the box. But as I say, that then, when you do that, so I should have folded that butterfly that way, so that when you open it up, that little butterfly opens as well. So it just gives you something just that little bit different. Oops, I've got that bit of that I cut off. So I hope you enjoy making this card. If you get stuck at any point, please message me and I will go through. It may just be a case of going through the templates again slowly, especially this one, which, as I say, your A template for this is the whole thing is scored and folded. It's only the B one that you cut this section out of, and it's only because it just needs support in the middle, because it takes quite a bit of opening. And as I say, just have that place for you to write on, and I just hope you'll really enjoy this. And please share your makes. Tongue-tied today, but share your makes, because it's lovely to see what you've made. And so I'll see you on the next video, and thank you for watching. Bye for now.